rim is back, the racket back. My computer just froze, so hopefully this did not do that. Of course. Today we're having our annual mock draft. And for those of you who don't know, maybe this guy sitting next to me is a fraud and he might not know. But I'm going to be making I'm going to be trying to make my own NBA world. Every Wednesday, I'm going to have a what would I do if I was the GM of blank and blank. So this draft is the start of that. I will say I do not have any trades in the draft, even though there's teams like the Spurs who I think will trade their picks. But I will not be having any trades. So, like, for the Spurs, when we get there, they're just going to take who I think is the best player available. And yeah, everybody knows who that is, probably, if you're watching this. Other than that, I will say when I go to do those, I want it to be realistic, but there's absolutely no way in hell I'm going to be able to keep it realistic because the money is crazy. I did a test run. I spun. I got the New Orleans Pelicans. I was like, okay, I'm going to trade this guy here, do this, do that. And then I came back and I used SpoTrack and I used ESPN Trade Finder or Trade Machine, whatever it's called. Nothing worked. So I don't know. And I don't know how I'm going to keep up with the totals or nothing like that. So I think I might start like a 2K file and just do it that way so we can at least see what it looks like, even though 2K is an awful game and I hate it. Also,
but we buy it every year.
Yep. And I'm going to get this out of the way before somebody says something. My wife broke the ring light, so you're just going to have to look at us in this setting. And before anybody else talks trash, that thing back there, we make T-shirts for on the side for fun. So they hang up on that. That other big thing, that's for a green screen that I'm not using. This is a heat press right behind my big old head. Okay? That's why the background.
Just airing it all out.
The background looks like this, and we're going to move on. Mock draft. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'm pretty sure we both had the same number one pick.
Yeah, it really does matter. With the number one pick in the, it's 2025, right?
Yeah.
2025, 2026. Yeah. With the number one pick in the 2025 NBA draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Cooper Flag from Duke.
Yes.
He's a versatile 6'8" forward with elite two-way potential. Yep. You know who Cooper Flag is.
Yeah, if you watch basketball, you know.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to add for anybody that doesn't watch basketball?
Even if you don't watch basketball, I think Cooper Flag has just been so viral on TikTok and stuff like that.
He gets compared to Andre Karolinko.
Yeah.
Guys like that.
I see Andre Karolinko. I see Grant Hill. A lot of Grant Hill. I think Grant Hill is a pretty solid comparison, I'd say. But that's me personally.
I also want to get this out of the way. For anybody that's new and hasn't watched any of the other ones, I'm not a big draft guy. You know, I don't watch college that much. I watch March Madness, but outside of that, I don't really find time to be able to watch as much as I would like to. So there are going to be some players that I have absolutely no idea who they are. Matter of fact, I also forgot to do this. Shout out Kyle Boone. I did a lot of looking at mock drafts, and I looked at a lot of his to get some information on mine. So shout out to him for info.
I will say I watched a good decent amount of college ball, but there's some talent from overseas. Very few players from overseas in this draft. Kind of like more like not as much as last year. I feel like last year's draft was almost all the good talent was from overseas. So there's some folks that I personally don't know a whole lot about. Even folks that did play in the NCAA. So we'll try to give you the best analysis we can on each player.
Pick number 2?
Yep. For the Spurs, I got Dylan Harper.
So do I. From Rutgers.
Yep.
I have a 6'5" guard. I don't know why I didn't write any more information. But Dylan Harper is really good.
He is.
He's very good.
He's really good. I don't know.
He's one of the other people that I actually know.
I don't know how they would run it with De'Aaron Fox and him, though. Are they gonna
That's why I think they'll trade their pick. But because I don't know what they're going to do, I don't want to do it on a mock draft video. Be like, oh, they're just going to trade their pick.
Right. Because, the 2 and 3 pick, because I'm pretty sure we probably have the same third pick too, could be really interchangeable. I think the third pick, might fit better for them.
I do think, I think today they got heavily linked to Kevin Durant as Kevin Durant is the favorite to go to the Spurs. So That could be the 2 pick, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the Suns would want. I do think Kevin Durant would be very cheap in terms of
Well, apparently the Suns
assets.
are really.
They want a center, but they're not getting Vic. They can have B-Ball Paul. Does B-Ball Paul play for the? I think he plays for the Spurs. I don't know.
He's got a job.
Somewhere.
All I know.
He's got a job.
He's got a job.
And the 3rd pick
For the Sixers, Ace Bailey.
I'd also have Ace Bailey.
Also from
Dylan
Rutgers.
Harper's teammate. Yep.
And that's why I say if San Antonio were to keep their pick, I think Ace Bailey would be a better fit because he's more of a 3-guard, a 3. He's more of a small forward. he's like 6'8". I don't know who San Antonio has as their starting. Was it Harrison? They get rid of Harrison Barnes.
No, they have Harrison Barnes, but I think their starting lineup is, like just off of paper, like going off my head, I think it would be De'Aaron Fox, Devin Vassell. Wait, it could be Stephon Castle, then Devin Vassell, and then Jeremy Sohan and Vic.
So
I don't know.
I think regardless, one of them is going to whoever the Spurs pick, they're going to come off the bench, but I think they're going to be like a 6-man type of.
My thing is, if they go after Kevin Durant, I don't think they would need to trade the 2nd pick. So they could still pick Ace Bailey.
Because, they had the 14th pick, too.
Because they'd probably trade Devin Vassell or Jeremy Sohan or Stephon Castle or a combination of those guys. So, but you're still going to be stuck with De'Aaron Fox. So either way, you have your guard.
I think I read this somewhere that the Suns are just wanting to get rid of him. I think they'll take really anything they can get.
Oh, he's gone.
I think teams are just going to go cheap. I can see the Spurs keeping that 2 pick and trading that 14th pick and somebody for him.
Mr. Durant, I would love you back for the Warriors. I know a lot of Warriors fans probably made you mad. You probably hate a lot of us, but the real ones that actually watched, we miss you and we love you.
Or you can come to Cleveland.
That would be fun too.
I think that would be pretty fun to watch.
I don't know. Draymond forgives you. We forgive you. Well, I can't do that. I hope he forgives you. Pick number. Oh wait.
4th.
For Ace Bailey, I had 6'8" wing with talented shot making and tremendous size and athleticism.
Yep.
That's what I got. Pick number 4, the Charlotte Hornets.
VJ Edgecombe.
I also have VJ Edgecombe, so nothing's changed up yet. He's out of Baylor.
Yep.
He's a 6'4" 2-way guard that can make shots and attack the basket with ease.
I think he'd fit great alongside Melo.
As long as LaMelo can stay healthy,
Yep.
I think him, LaMelo, Brandon Miller, get rid of Miles Bridges for something.
You got Mark Williams.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, Mark Williams will probably walk or after what happened midseason.
I think he's on a 2-year contract, so I don't know if he can walk. But they could
go.
trade him.
Yeah.
I mean,
they already tried him once.
Yeah, if he wants out. If somebody wants him, I mean, I wouldn't mind to have him. Yes, I would. I don't think he would be good in the motion offense. But VJ Edgecombe, really solid. Pick number 5.
Ooh, okay, this is where it might switch up. I'll let you say yours.
The Utah Jazz select. I have Trey Johnson out of Texas.
Ooh, I have Con Knippel. I got Con Knippel. I think the Jazz I don't think they don't have a shooter as far as I know. And Con's probably one of, if not the best shooter in college last year. Yeah. And if Con's on the board, I would take him. But his athleticism is the downside. But Trey Johnson, I can't go wrong with Trey Johnson either. What was he from Texas?
Trey Johnson's from Texas. He's a 6'5" shooting guard sniper.
Yep.
He made the most threes out of anybody in his class, and he has the tools to be a decent playmaker.
Oh, well, there you go.
I do have for Con Knippel, though. He's from Duke, by the way. Yep. He's a 6'5" sniper who shot 40% from 3.
Yeah.
So either way, we're picking shooters for the Jazz.
Is Con your 6?
Nope.
No. Oh. Okay. Well,
I have a huge jump for a guy at 6.
My 6 is Trey Johnson. I'll go ahead and get that out the way.
Okay. My 6 for the Wizards. My thinking was, as much as I want to see Jordan Poole in another jersey, I think he's stuck there. Mm-hmm. They have Jordan Poole. They have Bub Carrington. They have guards. Mm-hmm. So I said, with the 6th pick, the Wizards draft Colin Murray Boyles.
Ooh.
A 6'7" forward who has a knack for defense but needs to improve his jumper. I like his pairing with Alex Sarr a lot. Maybe run him. A lot of teams like to run that small 4, move Alex Sarr to the center. Wow. Run him at 4, maybe. I don't know.
That's a crazy jump because I got him in the 20s.
Yeah, well, really,
that's a crazy.
So the
jump.
thing with this draft is really 1 through 4 is set in stone, and then after that, it's like everybody's list is different.
Right.
But the reason why I picked Colin Murray was for those reasons. I think they have their guard play. They don't really have too many centers though, so maybe I could have went with a different center to pair with Alex Sarr. Like I've seen pairings of Derek Queen,
The big dude from Duke.
Malawach.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say his first name. Yeah. So you could go with a center there, but I thought, hey, maybe draft this 6'7" guy. You guys aren't gonna be competing for anything anyways. Whatever. The Pelicans. Pick number 7 is where I have Con Knipple.
I have Nolan.
Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
Knipple?
Yep.
Crazy.
I have Nolan. Or I don't know. He's from France. He's a point guard from France, and because who's their one?
DeJounte Murray.
But who's their backup?
Alvarado.
I don't see Nolan going out top 10. He's in the top 10. I see that, and at least in my opinion, he is. And from the little bit of clips I've seen of him in France, he can get it in. He gets it in. So chill out, bro. Chill out, bro. Chill out, bro. Do your homework. Go watch Nolan, man.
I picked Con Knipple here because again he's a shooter.
Yeah.
Zion needs shooters to be successful.
Zion needs to stay out of trouble.
Zion. Hey, I don't know.
Leave that alone.
Me personally, let's just say this: when it comes to me being the GM of that team, Zion might not be there later on. I'll just say that. Pick number 8, the Brooklyn Nets.
I want to add, Brooklyn has a lot of picks in this first.
They have so many
picks. Round. I think they got 4 or 5. So
yeah.
Don't be surprised, and they got back-to-back picks later on in the 20s.
They could take so many players.
Don't be surprised if Brooklyn makes some moves on draft night because they're going to tank anyway.
People are talking about Brooklyn like making, which I don't know how much sense this would make, and it would have to be like all the teams agree before it happens, but they've been talking about like getting Giannis there and then making a team around him, like Giannis and I don't know who else is on the table.
I seen something earlier,
but they have so much money. They got
I seen something about the Knicks earlier
for Giannis
firing Tibbs, and they're wanting to try and get Jason Kidd, and
yeah,
I seen something like that earlier, but the internet goes. I got Jeremiah Fears.
I also have Jeremiah Fears out of Oklahoma.
Yep.
6'3" point guard with a lot of boomer bust potential is what I have down.
Yep.
So, again, for a team like Brooklyn, if you're not going to try to build a super team, why not try to find a stud in the draft?
I feel like Jeremiah Fears would be like the Reed Shepherd of this draft.
Yeah, he had a lot of great moments. He also had a lot of bad moments. Yep. So, pick number 9, the Raptors.
I got Noah. I think another international player. Noah. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Who you got?
Okay, pick number 9. I have an international name. Kasparis.
Oh,
I don't know how to say his last name.
Was he from Illinois?
Illinois.
Yeah. Oh, he was nasty.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
Illinois. A 6'5" point guard with great size, and he has all the tools to be a decent shooter. I think. I don't know. I think RJ Barrett's probably gonna. I don't really like the Raptors team at all. If I'm being honest, I like Scotty Barnes. Outside of that, I don't really care for anybody else on their team. I'm not saying they're not good, but me personally, I just really don't.
I can't even tell you who's all on the Raptors. Scotty Barnes.
I really don't. I mean, Brandon Ingram's there. You got Emmanuel Quickly, Jakob Poeltl. I don't know. That team's just not doing it for me. Even though Giannis has also been linked to the Raptors. Speaking of that, just stay in Milwaukee. Just stay in Milwaukee. You're the guy.
You can come to Cleveland too.
No, just stay in Milwaukee. You said Noah.
Yeah.
Number 10, the Rockets. I also have another jump here. I have Liam McNeely from UConn. He's a 6'7" wing who plays very selfless and can be a good glue guy for any team. And that's why I have him going to the Rockets.
Liam McNeely, I think at the beginning of the season, I'm pretty sure he was really high up.
Yeah.
He was really high up, and UConn didn't really pan out to what they were last year at all. So I think that's what made his draft stock kind of fall. But
yeah, I've seen him mocked a lot at that number 14 Spurs pick, but I was like, who else would the Rockets need? Somebody that's like either a win now guy or just somebody that could fit in really good with who they already have. And so looking at the prospects, I think Liam McNeely is probably that guy.
I, though, however, put Common
Malawach.
Yeah, Malawach. Yeah, I haven't been able to pronounce his name all year.
Yeah.
At Duke.
He's from Duke. Yeah.
Yeah. Great rebounder. I'll give him that.
Great lob threat too.
Yes, but if you want to put points on the board, he got demolished by Houston, man, and it was really upsetting to see. But granted, Houston had like a 30-year-old senior, but it's not fair, not fair whatsoever. But I digress because I'll get emotional talking about that game. For Portland, I got Derek Queen from Maryland.
Okay, I have. Well, let me get my. Derek Queen is a 6'9" big who has good playmaking qualities with great skills and feel for a big.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, the Trailblazers, I picked Igor Dimon from BYU, a 6'8" point guard with amazing passing ability. Needs to work on his jump shot though. I just think that they're probably going to move on from Anthony Simons. Scoot, he's not. I mean,
he hasn't pan out.
It's not linear like it is in 2K. Like you're not just going to keep getting better. Maybe next year Scoot takes the jump that everybody was wanting him to take. But I feel like you can't go wrong with a 6'8" point guard because he can play the 1, he can play the 2. Hell, maybe if he's good enough and gets bulky enough, he can play the 3. I don't know. But yeah, he's basically like Josh Giddey, essentially. He's been linked to the Bulls as well.
That's who I have for the 12th pick for the Bulls.
Okay. So for 12, you have Igor Dimon.
Yep.
And for 12, I have Malawach because I think that they're going to keep Josh Giddey. So why not go give him a lob threat? Because I also think that they'll move on from Vucevic. So they're not going to have a center.
Fair.
Malawach, we already talked about him. He's from Duke. Yeah. Okay, so 13, the Atlanta Hawks.
I have Liam McNeely.
I have Derek Queen. Again, give him to Trae Young. I don't know. They're going to lose Clint Capella, who's 45 years old. Linked to the Lakers. I don't know if they love that. I don't know. But go get another center. Maybe this guy will pan out. Maybe he'll be good. Number 14, the San Antonio Spurs.
I have Asa Newell. 6'11" forward. I've looked up his stats from Georgia. Now. Yep. About 15 and a half with 7 boards a game. Shot 54% from the field. For the Spurs, I mean, I feel like you just can't go wrong with that at that pick. If they don't trade it, of course. Yeah. But there was a couple options. These next 2 players I have at 15, 16, they could also go in that spot too.
Yeah, so for the Spurs, I have Nate Clifford from Colorado State. He's a 6'5" guard forward who's a great two-way threat that shoots the ball really well. So again, this is if they keep number 2, take a forward with this pick. Even if they don't keep number 2, I do really like this guy. He can shoot the lights out. If you're gonna trade Devin Vassell or any of those combinations earlier for Kevin Durant, getting a shooter off your bench will never hurt as long as they can make the shots. And then we move on to pick number 15. So from here on out, I have no information on these guys at all. I'm just going to say their name, and that's who I think they're going to pick because I think it's more fun that way. Number 15, the Thunder. Will they keep the pick? I don't know. I have Cedric Coward.
Man, and I hate that he's in this draft because he was supposed to come to Duke as a transfer, but he decided to stay in the draft, which... more power to him. Go get your money. I got Carter Bryant. Okay. Carter Bryant from Arizona. He didn't average a whole lot when I seen, but I've heard his name a lot, and I don't know if he got hurt. Looking at his points per game and stuff, I feel like he did. Not 100%, but Carter Bryant was a name I heard a lot, and again, him and the number 16 player I got, I feel like can also be picked up by the Spurs depending on draft really falls.
So number 16, the Magic. Yep. This is where I have Nolan Traore from France.
I just think they're too guard heavy.
Well, I think Jalen Suggs, I don't know how long his injury is going to go for. And then
Cole Anthony,
I feel like you can move on from. But then again, 16, they've been linked to Anthony Simons. Maybe they trade 16 and something else for Anthony Simons. But if they keep the pick, I think they just take this guy. He can shoot, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes.
If he can shoot, that's what the Magic need. Draft anybody that can shoot the damn ball. Because KCP, you paid him to be a shooter, and he lost it. It's like the Monstars came in and took it away from him. You have no shooters. Franz Wagner, hopefully he can pick up his jump shot. But, geez, you guys, you need shooting. Number 17.
16. I didn't know 16.
Idiot.
Drake Powell from UNC.
Mm,
6'6".
Goat.
Guard, forward type player. 17, I
All right.
guess, is where I got Kasparis, Joe, whatever his last name is, from Illinois. That's where I got him going.
Oh. Number 17, I have Danny Wolf from Michigan. Going to the Timberwolves to back up Rudy Gobert. Number 18, the Wizards, back again. This is where I have Carter Bryant.
I got Thomas Sorber.
Okay. The Nets at 19, this is where I have Asa Newell.
I have the Nets getting another bucket getter. I think if you put this guy and Cam Thomas in a starting lineup together, whoever gets the ball out of them two is shooting it. This is where I got Walter Clayton from Florida.
I do know Walter Clayton.
This is where Walter Clayton. I feel like they're Walter Clayton. He seems short.
He's 6'1", I think.
Yeah,
that's what he's listed at.
Yeah, and he's a bucket getter.
He does
Put
get
him and
buckets.
Cam Thomas together, and you'll probably rack up 200 points.
At number 20, unfortunately, we couldn't keep this pick, but the Miami Heat get it. This is where I have Jace Richardson.
Jordan's cousin, believe it or not.
Yeah, we're actually really close.
They look alike. Actually, look at a picture of
Yeah,
Jace
I
Richardson.
don't know.
This is where I have Cedric Coward going.
Okay. Where are we at? 21. Utah Jazz, back again. I got some of my. I have Noah. Again, I don't know how to say his name. The other guy from France.
Yep.
That's where I have him at. Going to the Jazz.
I have Joan Beringer.
Man. Oh, never mind. I was about to say, you're bringing out names I don't even got on my list. 22, the Atlanta Hawks. This is where I have Thomas Sorber. No info. MIA.
This is where I have Will Riley from Illinois.
Okay. Number 23, the Pacers. This is where I have Joan Beringer.
And this is where I have Colin Murray Boyles.
24, the Thunder. This is where I have Ryan Kalkbrenner.
This is where I have Jace Richardson.
Goat. I wouldn't mind seeing him in a Thunder jersey. I'm rooting for Jace. Jace Richardson, you ever see this?
Rookie of the year.
Let's go.
Rookie of the year.
Richardson's unite. Anyways, number 25, the Magic. This is where I have Walter Clayton Jr. Another guard. But again, he's a bucket.
This is where I have Rasheer Fleming from St. Joseph's, who averaged about 15 points, 9 boards, and shot 53%. I feel like that's gonna be the sleeper pick of this draft.
Could be. 26, the Nets. I have Ben Seraph from Israel.
I have Noah Penda. Noah Penda. I just seen him on a couple mock drafts around this pick, so I was like,
Yep. 27, Nets again.
Yep.
This is where I have Hugo Gonzalez from Spain.
I have Chaz Lanier.
Sheesh. Look at these names.
Again, someone around that pick that I've seen floated on a couple mocks.
Yep.
So I was like, okay.
28, Boston Celtics. Noah Penda.
28 Boston. Mizzou stand up for Tamar Bates
Yes, sir.
from Mizzou. I even put him over a Duke player, believe it or not.
Crazy.
I know. And this Duke player I like.
29, the Phoenix Suns. I have Maxime Reynaud from Stanford.
29. This is the Duke player, and I don't know if he's declared for sure or he's just testing to see what he could get. I don't know if he's coming back. I don't think he's coming back. Hope he does because he was good for us. But I got Sion James. Sion James was a good 3-and-D guy for us. He was one of the transfers we got. And I didn't even think he was going to start for us, but he did. Played really well this past year. So go get your money.
Last pick, Los Angeles Clippers. I have Yannick Niederhauser from Penn.
I'm surprised you didn't have this dude in your 30. L.A. Clippers. I got Johnny Broom
Mm.
from Auburn. Johnny Broom. Who, he was a transfer. He was a transfer into Auburn, and he ended up being one of the best players in college last year.
I'll give you some stats on Yannick. Okay?
You go right ahead.
He averaged 12.9 points per game, 6.3 rebounds per game, less than an assist per game, and 2.3 blocks per game. He's ranked number 1 at his position, which is forward. But prospect ranked, he's ranked 39th.
How's he number 1 at forward? Cooper Flagg's a forward.
Couldn't tell you. No veteran college big man had a stronger May than Niederhauser. Culminating with a strong showing at the Combine, he blocked 2.3 shots per game at Penn State last season and looks the part of a late blooming center who can provide real impact at center position. That's it. Again, I got all of my information from Kyle Boone, so if you don't like it, shout out Kyle Boone, but also if you don't like it, go talk to him about it. All I did was look at his draft combines, his mock drafts, and then I made my own with his information. Because again, I'm not a big college guy. When it comes to NBA stuff, ask me about it. I'll give you my opinion. College stuff, not huge on it. I just like to do these episodes because I think they're fun. And then we can look back on them and be like, hey, we picked that guy at the right spot. Yeah. So like
we picked that guy at 4, and then he ended up shitting the bed on us.
Or like if I predicted the Colin Murray Boyles. If I predict that right, cool. Sick. If I didn't, oh well. That's all I have for the draft stuff. Do you have anything else?
Not really.
There's not really anything going on right now other than Halliburton is
killing it right now.
The GOAT, apparently.
14 points in game 1.
Game winner.
Is game 2 tonight?
No, it's tomorrow. 7 o'clock Central.
And they're in OKC too.
Yeah, they were in OKC last game. I personally, I'll get this out of the way. Everybody was not always, but everybody was talking about how this finals is gonna suck because there's no superstars in it or anything like that, and it's 2 small market teams and yada yada. Do you guys like basketball or do you just like to bitch? Because are we watching the same game or not? Are we watching basketball or not? Just because LeBron's not in it, Steph Curry's not in it, Jason Tatum's not in it, doesn't mean it's not fun basketball.
Right.
That game was fun to watch.
Went down to the wire. I hope every game's like that. Whether a game
That's all you can ask
4,
for.
5, 6,
I
or
have
7.
no dog in the fight. All I ask for is good basketball. Why do we care about ratings? Do I work at ESPN? No. Why do I care how many views they get? I don't. I just want to watch the game, and I want it to be fun. Right. I don't care who's in the finals as long as it's fun. If it's a sweep, then I'd be like, oh, yeah, this finals was boring. Looking back on it, this finals sucked because they were winning by 20 every game. Like, then it's like, yeah, okay, cool. But to talk about it before we've even started, I've always hated that.
And if every game in this series is just like game 1,
it'll be fun.
Yeah, and this could go either way. What's your finals prediction? What do you got? You say you ain't got no dog in the fight, but I know you got I think so and so will win in X amount of games.
I personally want the Pacers to win in I'd say 7, only because they're the underdog and I love a good underdog story. Yeah. But if the Thunder win, I'm not gonna be like, damn, like frick. But like, cool, Thunder won.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Indy, but in 6. Rooting for Indy in 6.
I was gonna say 6, but I don't know. Thunder team's really good.
They are, but like you said, underdog. If Aaron Nesmith goes off for another 30 piece, he might win Finals MVP. He might. I've seen crazier. So
Andre Iguodala.
Yep. I just think Tyrese has been, when he got voted overrated by all the other players, and
it was only like 9 votes, by the way.
Was it really?
Yeah, there was a bunch of people that sustained and didn't vote. So he only got, but still, nine people.
Yeah, and it wasn't like in the bench scrubs that voted. It was probably all-stars.
I personally had a theory on this, but I don't know how much sense that would make because I'll give you the theory. Theory is his teammates voted him most overrated to light a fire. But the reason why I don't think it makes sense is because if he started sucking ass, then it just made him look even worse.
Right.
So unless they really believed in him, that's the theory.
I think, like I said, with that, I think Tyrese wants to prove a point, and
Yeah,
I think even if Indy doesn't win it, I think they're still in a win-win situation.
they made the finals.
That and let's be honest, 99.9% of basketball fans at the beginning of the year, you could not tell me. Now I bet a lot of people banked on OKC making the finals. A lot of people did.
Yeah, they had a really good.
Nobody was banking on Indiana to make it.
Nope.
Nobody was.
Thought it would be the Celtics.
I mean, I was rooting for my Cavs, obviously. Now we didn't have Darius Garland, Evan Mobley for most of that series, but I digress because nobody wants to hear me complain. But which is true. We'll look it up. But
that's another thing I want to say. For all the people that are like, the Indiana Pacers had the easiest run to the finals. They played injured teams. What do you want them to do? Stop playing? You want them to just give up?
Right.
No, like they're there to play the game. Jason Tatum got hurt. That sucked. It was awful. What do you want them to do? Just here you go, Celtics. We're sorry that Jason Tatum got hurt. You guys can move on. No.
Jason Tatum, yes, the best player on the Celtics, but at the same time, you still have the Finals MVP and Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Jaylen Brown still playing, right?
Yeah. Which they were playing the Knicks, but it's still like the Darius Garland, for example. Oh, Darius Garland's hurt. We'll wait till he gets healthy.
Well, I think Evan Mobley was a big difference maker for us not making it. You know, with him being DPOY.
Yeah.
I think if we had Evan Mobley, it would have been a whole other discussion. But again, nobody wants to hear the what ifs.
Yeah. Every year there's always
because I mean, okay, well,
what if this guy didn't get hurt?
What if this person did get injured or thrown out of the game?
Every single year, it never changes.
Something.
It's just that's why I hate NBA media. It's always we're like the only media outlet that just complains about everything, every little thing. Never give anybody flowers. It's just a complete. You could post a video about freaking. I don't know. You can post a video about one of these upcoming rookies. It could be about Kasparis, whatever his name is. And somebody's going to be like, yeah, but he's not Cooper Flagg. No shit. That's why it's a video about him. If I wanted to make a video about Cooper Flagg, I would have made a video about Cooper Flagg. It just doesn't make any sense.
Do you know anything about the players going into college? Know anything about them?
Anybody coming up?
Yeah.
Not a clue.
Maybe
if you said some names.
I really pay. I mean, I'm biased Duke fan, so I pay.
Is Boozer?
Both Boozers are coming.
I know.
Duke. They're going to school at Duke. Okay. Jeez, man.
I know the Boozers.
I think we got a couple transfers. We got another top 15 guy coming too.
I don't know anybody else.
I think NC got a couple high recruits. A bunch of people from Arkansas stayed. A lot of people. I think DJ Wagner stayed, which is good for Arkansas.
I think I saw that.
And I think that has something to do with John Calipari, but
I think the NIL.
You know how much Cooper Flagg made as a freshman?
A lot.
$28 million.
Yeah, he's gonna make more than his rookie contract.
Yeah.
But I think that the NIL was a blessing because for players like what was DJ
Wagner.
DJ Wagner. If he tested the waters in the NBA Combine and he had bad numbers or something, he could go back to school and make more money than what he would have going into his rookie contract. And he could work on those things to maybe even get a better placing in the next draft. So either way, I mean, he's going to get paid and he's going to be able to potentially bring up his draft stock. So that's why I personally love the NIL. And I just think that those kids should have been getting paid from the beginning. I mean, they're sacrificing their body and their hard work and their ethic to earn these schools all this money, and they weren't seeing a dime. Like, even if it was just paying for their food and, like, I don't know, something like that. Anything small. But NIL, love it. Outside of that, I really have nothing else until tomorrow when the game's over. He's looking something up. No doubt there. My cheek just twitched on camera.
But we talk about folks for next year.
Oh, here we go.
I got AJ DeBanza. Forgot about AJ DeBanza.
Never heard of him.
You never heard of AJ DeBanza?
I don't think so.
Number 1 player in the nation. He's going to BYU. You got Darren Patterson going to Kansas.
Nope.
Nate Ament, he just committed to Tennessee not too long ago. Caleb Wilson, he's going to Carolina. These are names to look out for. You got Arizona got some people coming up.
Are the Boozers going to the same school?
Yeah, they're both going to Duke. Both of them.
That's cool.
Duke also has the 15, top 15, the number 15. Caden Boozer, I think he's the younger brother out of the two. He's the guard. But yeah, Duke got some players coming up. Houston's getting some. It's really all over the place. You can see, there's Kansas, Tennessee, Houston's getting some folks. I don't think Houston lost a lot of people. Honestly, I didn't really hear about anybody from Houston leaving. So
Yeah.
I hope that they don't have that 30-year-old anymore because that was just awful. That was just awful.
Yeah, I don't really know.
I'll get emotional talking about that
Houston's.
game. I was emotional watching that game. I don't talk about it anymore.
Okay.
We can talk about Houston. I don't want to talk about that game.
I was just gonna say Houston's been like 30-2 every year, or however many games they play.
Yeah,
they're always a 1 seed, and then
their coach is a defensive monster.
who's their? I think I know their coach.
I don't know his name, but he's a defensive monster. They've had the best defensive stats in college for the past couple of years now.
Could be really good.
He's a beast, man. Oh, that game breaks my heart.
Hey, it is what it is.
We're gonna get him back next year, though.
Probably. Well, you guys are gonna have Cooper Flag.
We got Carlos Boozer's kids, both of them, and Sebastian Wilkins.
I don't know.
Get hip on these names.
I'll
Get hip on these names.
can't.
Actually, okay, on ESPN, AJ DeBanza is number 1, but apparently they just did someone else did a top 50 or whatever. And they have Darren Patterson as number 1. He's going to Kansas.
What are their strong who's
AJ DeBanza is
Can he shoot?
kind of like a Cooper Flag.
So a big wing.
Yeah, who can do a little bit of everything. Darren Patterson's more like he's a guard. He's point guard, maybe a 2 guard. I think he's like 6'4", 6'5", something like that. But most players in this, going to be in college this year, can do a little bit of everything. Darren Patterson's 6'6", but he's a 2 guard.
Hot take, off the brain. 76ers should draft Con Knipple. Pair him with Jared.
Oh, Jared McCain?
Jared McCain, yeah. Stephen Clay, version 2. I don't know if Con Knipple is Con Knipple a good defender.
Yeah.
Never mind. Can't be Stephen Clay then.
It's just his athleticism and speed. I think that was the real downfall of Con's draft analyst.
I mean, he's still.
Yeah, but I mean, offensively, he was good. But it's speed and agility and things of that sort.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's kind of a big body. I think he's 6'5". He's not the strongest guy in the room, but I mean, he can hold his own. But we'll see what happens. He might end up being a Klay Thompson, a smaller version of Klay Thompson.
I think Clay's 6'6", so he's only an inch shorter.
So
could be. I don't know.
Let's see what happens.
Do you have anything else?
I was gonna say rookie year prediction, but I think we both think Cooper Flag.
I mean, it has to be Cooper Flag.
Well, I mean, Stephon
don't
Cat.
know.
Well, Jerry McCain got injured, so we can't really.
I don't know if I've talked about this yet, but I really hate the Dallas Mavericks got. I think I did talk about this, so I'm just gonna make it short and simple. I hate that the Dallas Mavericks got the first pick.
Who would you want to realistically wanted to get
a team that's bad, like the Nets or the Wizards? One of those teams that are struggling because how are they going to get better if the only thing that they can get better in, they're not getting better in? If that makes sense.
Do you think Nico would trade this first pick for something?
I think he can. I think
Adam Silver would kill him.
Yeah, I think he.
Nico, I gave you this pick. Man.
Unless it's because he wants to win now. And he's all about defense wins championships, which Cooper Flag fits that MO. He's a great defender. But if he wants to trade him, he would have to get another star. He couldn't just be like, oh, here's Cooper Flag for Devin Vassell.
You guys can have Donovan Mitchell. We'll take Cooper Flag.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Cooper Flag can play the 2. It's fine.
Rumor about the Cavs. Jared Allen might be out of the door.
I heard.
How do you feel about that?
He's on contract, so he can't walk. But
Yeah.
I've seen
Either Cooper Flag or Darius Garland. That's what I've seen.
Cooper Flag or Darius Garland.
I've seen Darius Garland linked to the Timberwolves, and I've seen Jared. What did I say? Cooper Flag.
Yeah,
Jared Allen.
I was like, what?
Jared Allen.
I said, sure, I do. We'll trade Jared and Darius Garland for Cooper Flag.
No. I've seen Darius Garland linked to the Timberwolves.
I have to.
Jared Allen is just, I don't know what he's linked to, but they're talking about shipping him out just because he's fallen short like 2 years in a row or whatever.
Yeah. I wouldn't say trade DG. I have seen him linked to the Timberwolves. I wouldn't say trade him because he's inconsistent, yes, but I don't know who we would get to run the one. Craig Porter's not ready yet.
That's how I feel about
Ty Jerome is not starter quality in my opinion. I think Ty Jerome should have won 6 Man of the Year. He really balled out for us.
He really messed up his bag.
Who?
Ty Jerome.
Oh.
He just could not buy a bucket in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He would have got paid so much more if he was just able to score the ball. That floater just was not working.
I just think it was first year for him. Because it's first year for a lot of them. DG and them, they've made the playoffs, but I don't think Ty Jerome's.
He was on the Warriors. I don't know if we made the playoffs that year when he was on the Warriors, but he was our backup.
I just don't know because if we trade DG, because he's an all-star, so we're gonna need a all-star caliber point guard back. I would think that's what they'd want to do.
The thing about Jared Allen is I don't know
who we'd get.
What you would get, in return. Like, what would be different? What could you get that's different?
The way Kenny Atkinson is, he's all defense, so
I don't know.
We're gonna need to get a very high defensive IQ center. I don't know who you'd want to get. Don't get Rudy Gobert, please. Lord, do not get Rudy Gobert. Don't get Rudy Gobert. He got 2 left feet. I don't want Rudy Gobert.
He got no hands.
You know who I'd want?
Center?
This is gonna be might be a hot take. I don't know. Bam Adebayo.
He's about to get paid a lot of money.
I'll take Bam Adebayo.
He's gonna make like $50 million a year. I don't think you guys could get him.
I think Jared's getting 20 now.
Yeah, so you'd have to
because he signed a 4-year, $100 million.
Yeah, I think Bam's extension kicks in next year.
Oh yeah, let's not do that then. Yeah. But I don't know. I hate to see Jared Allen leave, but
I don't even think Jared Allen's the problem. I think you guys just need Donovan Mitchell's fine, Evan Mobley's fine. Darius Garland's always hurt.
I think we need more depth, honestly.
I think you just need another wing that can score the ball.
We got DeAndre Hunter. Wasn't a bad pickup. He
definitely thought he'd be better.
Yeah, I think so
during
too.
the playoffs.
I think so too. But DeAndre Hunter's not really what we want. I really wanted Brandon Ingram. That's who I wanted. I wanted Brandon Ingram. I really wanted Harrison Barnes.
Harrison Barnes,
for vet. He
North Carolina legend, Warriors legend,
sure.
Black Falcon. Goat.
Well, we get Jimmy Butler.
Hey, if we get Kevin Durant, the people were talking about that on Twitter. Like, we can't get this player or that player because we got Jimmy Butler. If Giannis is available, I'm trading Jimmy Butler.
Dude, Giannis, come to Cleveland.
Nah, Giannis, stay. Devin Booker, stay. You guys are like, it'd be like if Steph Curry were to leave the team. Like, you guys have done so much for that organization. At the end of the day, the ring chasing, it really only matters in social media unless you absolutely care about getting a ring. If Devin Booker really wants a ring, then it's like, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
But if it's just because you're getting pressured to get a ring, it's not worth it. You are the guy for those teams. Giannis has done something we've never seen in our life, and it's make the Bucks good. They haven't been good since Kareem was on the team. They had stints of fun players like Brandon Jennings, Larry Sanders, OJ Mayo, but they never made it anywhere. Giannis won a chip for them. I know it might be rough. Giannis is the only one that I could see out of him or Devin Booker leaving because Giannis has said multiple times that he wants to win multiple championships. So if they're not building a team around him, I could see it. But at the same time, it's like,
I also don't think the Bucks
you're the guy.
I don't think they're in a bad spot. I think they only fell short because Dame's injury.
Yeah.
Dame's injury made him falter.
Which I don't know if you can trust Dame anymore. His body has been falling apart.
I'm gonna go back on the Jared Allen thing. The Lakers need a big. Bring Braun back for his last year.
Hey,
bring him back. You got the trade clause, Braun. It's you and Bradley Beal.
I don't know if Braun wants to go back.
Braun, we're doing better than y'all anyway. We're doing better than y'all anyway. We started off 24-0.
It could be a good.
I think that'd be real.
If they stayed healthy,
LeBron and
Donovan
Bronny
Mitchell
for DG and Jared Allen. Boom. Father-son duo.
That's crazy. DG and Jared Allen?
For Bron and his son.
Hell no.
And Austin Reeves. And 2 first-round picks.
I do think Austin Reeves.
I'm
Reeves. If they want a center, Austin Reeves is going to have to get moved.
Am I the only one that thinks he's kind of overrated? Am I the only one that thinks that?
He's pretty good.
I mean, I'm not saying he's like bad, but it's like I think he like the whole. Oh, Braun, Luka, and Austin Reeves. Oh, come on, really? Oh man.
I don't know.
There's better third options than that. You go through history, there's been a whole lot of better third options than Austin
Reeves.
Reeves.
Name a better third option right now.
Rui?
Okay.
You talking about through the league or just on the Lakers?
Through the league.
Oh.
Other than like star play, like
DG, Donovan Mitchell, and Jared Allen.
You think he's better than Jared Allen?
Evan Mobley. DG.
You think he's? Wait, what's your thing?
I forgot we had Evan Mobley. So Donovan Mitchell, DG, and Evan Mobley.
Okay. Who would be the third option?
Probably DG.
So you think DG's better than Austin Reeves?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I can't argue with that one.
Timberwolves, you got what? And the Knicks, you got Jalen Brunson, Cat, and
OG.
I think OG's better than Austin Reeves.
I think that's just situational. Me personally, I would like OG more just because he's one of the greatest defenders in the league.
I think he does more on both ends of the ball than Austin Reeves does.
I think Austin Reeves is a better playmaker, though. I think he makes better. I think he probably has better handles. Like, he can bring the ball up more.
But he's more of a guard versus OG's more.
Yeah, that's why I said it's like situational. It would just depend on what team you're on. Like, the Warriors need both. So, that's why I was gonna say like, if you're the Warriors, we will take OG Anunoby any day. We'll take both of them any day of the week. But no, I'll get into the what would I do Wednesdays, and who knows? I don't know. Maybe when I get to the Cavs, I'll ask you what you would do.
I trade everybody for LeBron James and have LeBron James win the championship by himself.
Not calling him. All right, that's all I got.
Oh, subscribe if you made it this far. Subscribe. I don't know why you made it this far and didn't subscribe.
Yeah, because we're
that's a little
50 minutes in. So if you just listen to this yap for that long,
and without subscribing,
yeah, that's crazy. The only person I know that's probably gonna make it through this is Zach.
If you subscribe, Jordan will cash app you $1. So comment cash app. Comment your cash app, and Jordan.
Text my cousin. Text my cousin Jace Richardson. He's about to get a bag. He'll give you $1. Maybe
more than one. Maybe I don't know.
Probably not. Maybe an autograph.
Well, Jordan, you talked to Dwayne Wade. So
I did talk to Dwayne Wade one time.
Plug him into D Wade.
I don't know if we're tied anymore. It's been a couple of years.
What? Okay. Bye.